Recording does work. Not everything is going wrong. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Is this the third or fourth time I've done this?
Third. You're good.
Okay.
Not counting.
Fourth now if you start again.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Vampire the Masquerade. No, it's Sunkissed, a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition TTRPG.
Could have gone through with it and no one.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
It's nice to be here. No, stop. I just heard it. I haven't muted one of my Roll20s, and they're both playing, but slightly out of sync. So it's like 2 beats coming in. So, fuck it, Josh, go first.
Hey, this is my stream now. I'm taking over. Sheepy can't do anything about it because his brain's mush. Hi, I'm Josh. I am a role player. I'm 29 years old. I like long walks on the beach and time powers because Cassius is a true brouhaha. That's
why he has some issues at the moment as well.
Oh yeah.
Which he's.
We're not talking about them.
No, he's decided to Chrys those issues for now.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Chrys. Hey Tash.
Hi, I'm Tash. It's my birthday. Happy birthday, me.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Tash.
Yeah,
I thought we were all going through our ages, and I was like,
No, I'm not doing that. It's fine.
It's like
It's
45, right?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for outing me with that. I appreciate it.
Okay.
whoa.
This is Gizmo. He is in the way a little bit today. Thank you for that, Gizmo. I'll be playing Chrys, who is dealing with her issues sort of right now. So everyone else has to.
I would like justification for that claim, please.
She fought a man who called her unpretty, and she bought a console, and she bought a bonnet. Those are like 3 whole things that were on the to-do list.
Gizmo was looking at that birthday cake like it's.
I know, he's like, hello?
Yeah.
But he's fine. Yeah, so Chrys is going to do great. We might kidnap a lady. Who knows? Who knows?
We're gonna see how the day pans out. I'm going by the Zoom, but weirdly, Vandy was in second. I want to make note of that because Vandy was not last. Marlowe, and also Hydra.
What up? I'm a pre-middle-age YouTuber doing YouTube videos and stuff and things. I've actually made various lore videos in the past few weeks. I'm on 3 in a row now. So we're on a roll. Yeah, I'm older than the face betrays. I can get away with a child's bus pass. But that's about it for now.
Such a weird way to put it.
It just makes it sound like you stole a kid's.
I still
I still shop in the kids section.
I purchased a child's bus pass at like the age of 28. And this was a fairly long time ago, but I haven't aged since then. So
it sounds like you wait for the school bus to come around so that you can get like where you're going for free. So you're just like on the school bus. You're like, oh, this is my stop, and it's like, no, I'm going to school.
He has a little disguise that's like a lunch pack with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and some shorts.
I doubt anyone watches Teenage Mutant. I doubt that's
it was
thing
more
now.
of like can I
UK.
have a bus ticket, please? And they were like, child fare? Yes, child. And that was it.
Unfortunately, I look like a out of prime hobo. So
you're not allowed a beard with a child fare. They're the rules.
Anyway, Vandy.
It's a weird intro
also
today.
Tess.
It's just weird.
It was gonna be the second that I went 5 times with the intro.
Fuck. Hi everybody, I'm Vandy. I'm 27 years old and I play Tess. I also was on a show yesterday, and so my brain feels like mush. And I don't understand how Hydra has not aged since 28, because
I've got a picture of me as
fucking
15 and I look identical. I kid you not. Like I've more than doubled that age since, and I don't look any different. It's incredible.
I feel like I know 12-year-olds that might look older than you.
You're calling the Inquisition.
If you want to see a really funny age transition, pictures of my younger brother when he was like young, a kid. He has a completely fat round head. And now he's grown up. It looks like someone's gone and squeezed the middle of it, and now he's got a head like a bit more like me, like more kind of tall. It's
so
bizarre
bonkers.
because he really did look like a full moon.
I think my brother looked like that when he was younger. I have a picture of him just looking husky is the word I'm gonna use. But his head was also like a perfect sphere.
Well, actually, no.
And
Aside from the
it's
top
like-
of his head, which was completely flat, so it was like completely flat top of the head, and then just this big fat baby face.
Did you have like low ceilings in your house or something? Like,
Maybe.
you might have just hit the
Maybe.
ceiling. Maybe he lived in the attic. I don't know.
We're playing the Upsy Daisy game, and he just keeps hitting the ceiling.
Yeah. But this week, like every week, I'll be playing Tess and attempting not to run into any other landmines, which will likely trigger some more daddy issues. So
You've been doing well recently. Well, no.
Recent-
Well,
eh.
that wasn't really a
Give or take, the snack
landmine.
shot.
That was like a I don't know what that was. That was like a
Ooh.
punji stick.
That was a test.
Yeah.
That was a test, which I think I passed, or a test passed, because that's gonna impact heavily how she acts in the future. But if you haven't seen the snack shot from this last week, you should 100% check it out because it's pretty intense, honestly.
It's the
More
most
than anything else.
It's the most uncomfortable I've been playing an NPC as a GM. I do not
NPC, though.
I do not like playing Nathan. He's like his whole everything is so alien to me.
Creepy. Yeah. It's yeah, he's backwards as fuck. But yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, and also for those of you who watched the last week's Sunkist episode and either did or didn't watch the snack shot, you may understand Tess in the episode a bit better now after seeing that, because things make a bit more sense in that context. So last week, I need to take a moment to pause so I don't carry on with I asked you. If anyone watches Jack's films, no, just me. So last week in Sunkist, we saw the coterie. Oh lord. It was. Yes. We came back to the coterie, bringing the artifacts they found from the reliquary in the maze back to the salon, where upon getting to the basement, they were met with Tess and two strangers, who were from the Hashen, come to collect their blood debt. Tess offered to feed the first one, and because it wasn't that bad, she decided to feed the second one too, which was worse, because he took more, and left Tess with 4 hunger.
He's very hungry.
And I believe, was Marlowe already hungry, or did he get hungry doing something during that?
I did scry the soul on the guy I didn't trust.
And
who
it
was trying to-
put you up to 4 from 3, right?
Yes, it did. So I
Yeah.
decided to go on a date.
Yes.
It wasn't a date.
It was. It really wasn't.
It wasn't a
I
date.
hope-
Usually
at all.
there's,
I
like,
hope it
sense
wasn't
of
anyway.
consent,
It's a very
you
bad
know.
date.
But yeah, no, it's like, you may be able to tell, like, in terms of for Sunkist, like the real rough transition for hunger is 3 to 4. Like once you hit 4, that's where you're gonna start to kind of lose the control and everything. Like 3, a little bit, but there won't be anything like compulsory or warning or forceful so much. So Marlowe went off to hunt, and then decided in that kind of frame of mind, with a little persuading from Was I think it was Mac was having a bit of a whisper at you, wasn't he? Being like, it'd be so much easier to go and drink from Christine. And
Yeah.
And Tess went off with Chrys to Tess, you do need to take a stain because you fed on a poser, which I believe is against your.
I did.
I'm not sure. Is it a stain? Should we? Can we double check?
It probably
I
is.
need
'Cause
to
it's
double-
one of my.
Join
I
the
think it
stain
is a
club.
stain.
So it is
How
a
do you get rid
prey.
of stains?
It is a prey exclusion.
Yeah.
Feeding floor. Is that a stain if you do it, Josh? Do you
I
remember?
think it might be willpower.
Might be
Cost?
willpower.
Like max willpower?
No, just like temporary. Exclusion. If you feed on such prey, you gain stains as though you had violated a chronicled tenant.
Okay.
So where is that?
It's down the
That-
bottom of the main part.
Page 182.
No. Like so.
So on your humanity, on the far right, you put a cross through one of the boxes.
Oh, okay.
No, far right.
Far right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like that?
Yeah, so that indicates that you have 2 humanity dice. And then you roll a remorse roll, and it technically should calculate, but I don't think it does. So before you roll, I'll do a roll. Yeah, so you have so in the roll you put 2 dice in for your roll, and we'll do that quickly as if it was last episode.
Okay. So how does that? So I roll remorse right now?
Yeah, and put 2 in the remorse dice.
Okay.
It's a success.
So what does that mean?
It basically means that
You feel bad about it, and you don't lose humanity.
in context, I would say that you are upset that you like slipped and fed from people that you don't like, you don't want to feed from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean that cross then goes away off my sheet, or
Yes,
does that stay
you're
there? Okay.
you are now clear.
Okay. So I'm just gonna be in a pissed off mood for this entire episode then. That's cool.
I mean, you did manage to eat, and it was like a hunger thing as well. You know, it wasn't really a choice so much. So after that,
For the rest of the day today, then I guess it'll be like a thing.
it might be a like vague irritation, I'd say. Tess has other things, most likely. She may not even realize that much.
Yeah.
There are more like things that are hard to get out of the head, I'd imagine. I'm sure there's a song called Clementine, but I can't remember how it goes. After that, Chrys and Tess and both went off to meet Max for the duel. Cassius went to go and see his place, to see Conan and to also see Saturday, who is moving out. I think you took him with you, didn't you? And then he kind of went off into the city.
He's with us.
Oh, he's with you? Okay, he's with you then. He's been very quiet. That might have been a sheepy slip up where I thought Saturday's headed
He's
off.
a pretty quiet dude, to be fair.
He is very quiet. In the meantime, Marlowe went to go see Christine. Tried to resist hunger, even though he went there to feed on her, and he was like, I'm gonna try and, you know, I legitimately understand it is kind of like a war of like, I don't want to take advantage of this Gould person, but also hungry, and this is, you know, this is the safest way for everyone involved, technically speaking. Did eventually feed on her and promised to come back and do it again sometime.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Then after the duel, headed over to join the coterie. Chrys got quite a sick burn hit on her by Max. Again.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Depends how you translate it and how he meant it. And had a fight with Max, whereby she disarmed him and basically was like, ha, beat you. which he didn't 100% agree with. And then everyone gathered up in the woods to discuss Lamia. I don't believe there was a definite decision as to whether you're doing it tonight or not. But it's about 3 a.m. So you've got like 2 or 3 more hours until sunrise. It is getting it is like closing in on winter. So it will be getting darker later and lighter later. So probably like, I think at this point it'll probably be like starting to get like kind of 6 a.m. and then the danger area will be like 7 a.m. most likely. So do with that as you will. It's 3 a.m. You're all in the woods. Max and Saturday are technically with you. Max is going to leave, however, because this is none of his business and he did what he came to do, which was to tell Chrys that there is indeed a secret hideout somewhere.
Have I arrived?
Yes. So
Okay.
We'll kind of pick up as you arrive and you join the group.
I'll close my window quickly. Apologies.
No problem.
Otherwise, you'll get motorbikes racing home from work. You alright, guys?
Hello.
We'll say old meeting in the woods.
Well, yeah, I was fighting Max, which you missed. I beat him again, obviously. And then I questioned him, and it was very effective.
Well done, I guess. What did you get?
Well, what didn't we get? Cassius.
A vast number of things. But we do have confirmation that there is a secret area in Lamia's bar.
It's probably in the basement, but he doesn't know that.
She's being very secretive. It would make sense if you're hiring an outsider not to share the fact that you've turned a young man.
Right. There was 1 or 2 entrances, I think, on the old napkin map. Either girls' toilets or round the back, I think. But
Yeah.
So, what are we going to do?
We're going to kill Lamia.
Oh,
Yeah. We're doing that today.
Sorry.
wait, well, I thought we didn't like wholly agree on the kill thing.
Okay, we're going to fight Lamia.
All
I
right.
don't want to do that either.
4v1 seems about.
We can't fight
Fairly
her.
equal.
Yeah. Are we doing the staking thing? What's all
I
this?
think it would make sense.
I think it's less dramatic than full murder.
It'll
Yeah,
keep
but
her
then
out of
what?
trouble.
What do you do with her then?
We'll keep her in the woods until we need her.
I don't
Make
know.
her answer questions.
That sounds like a bit of a risk.
Very few
Can
people.
you?
You leave truffles in the woods, not vampires
we
laying
left-
about.
We left Saturday in the woods, too.
Saturday. Was your experience in the woods easy, aside from the dreams?
It was peaceful.
Then someone sleeping permanently should be fine, as long as they don't catch the daylight.
Right, you're shoving them in the caravan, are you? Or
It's blacked out, mostly with duct tape, but it works.
what's it like being staked? What do you know about it?
I wouldn't. Nothing. I've never
Right.
had it done to me. So, all I know is that a piece of wood put through the heart permanently disables a vampire.
And when you take it out, they come back again.
Unless something else has happened to them, as far as I understand, they are back to normal.
Sounds like the closest thing you're going to get to imprisoning someone, and she has killed a few.
Makes it difficult to ask questions, but I'd rather have a very easy to deal with Lamia.
I mean, was she's still gonna cause issues when she gets unstable. No, I don't want to I don't want to kill her, but
She won't be able to deal
how?
any blows against us if she's run out of blood. You know what it's like. Things get harder when you're hungrier. If we wait long enough, we should be able to unstake her and ask her questions without too much worry.
Do we have to feed and water her? How's that work?
No,
No, we just leave her.
we could just leave her.
Well,
We can't fight her.
Why not?
I don't think that will work. I mean, you saw what she did to you the first time you met her. She could do
Yes.
worse. I worry if Clay is around, and then that's going to get awkward.
Clay won't be around.
You know that.
I heard that he was going to, well, he's probably working for her somewhere in the city, but I imagine he's working on a way to get out.
I mean, there are 4 of us. She sounds like a piece of work, but hear me out, though. She offed Sire, right? And a few other sires while she was at it. Is that right?
Probably.
I'm only wondering if she's done what she's done because she's a piece of work, or whether she needed to, in which case we're offing her and we're no better than she is.
We have the moral high ground because we're not attempting to take control of mortal institutions by coercion.
Are we
She's
not?
already turned someone. She's murdered someone to make them into a vampire just so they can be useful to her. I don't imagine any moral high ground she'll be able to stand on.
So where are her blind spots?
You.
How me? She knows what I am. She must.
Yeah. Isn't that a good thing?
How's that a blind spot?
Because
You're involved.
if she wants whatever you are for her own ends, then if you come to her with a problem, she'll probably want to keep it secret. And she'll probably want to help so that she can take advantage.
Well, it's not like I can. Well, I can't turn, but or wolf out or whatever, but I guess kind of when I lose control.
How good of an actor are you?
I'm pretty good. Although I have to say I'm a little disappointed in my, ability to hold a good face considering my recent feeding frenzy. So
Don't worry about it.
Worked out fine. He was okay.
I feed him more.
he was not okay. He was a fucking poser.
I checked it. Oh, I mean, he was alive, so that's
Yeah, if I could feed off anything that had a pulse and not feel disgusting about it.
I have an idea. You can't voluntarily transform, Tess.
No, not that I know of.
Chrys, would you do me a favor and tear the shit out of some trees with your claws? Werewolves have claws, right? We've got to
I mean,
make
we
this
have
convincing.
The poor did, yeah.
The paw.
Well,
You could
want me to rub a
also
tree with it.
You could also go further than that with Chrys.
You want to turn into a wolf?
Well,
Make
if,
some wolf sounds? Make it convincing?
and Tess can't exactly call her if she's a wolf, so how would she hear the wolf?
I mean, I assume you're doing this on a phone, right? You only need to have Tess distressed.
I mean, I'll mess some stuff up, but are we sending
You
it
need
photo
to-
evidence? Are we like?
No, we just need to lure her here. She comes here and sees that nothing's really changed. She'll probably be suspicious, but if there's, torn up trees, more likely to buy our story. And then
If I may
we
just
ambush.
interject slightly, if there's a fuzzy, like, shape and just like lying there, kind of like worn out type thing.
If she pretended to be me.
Oh. You make the call, then you transform. She'll come up to Chrys. Chrys, you take her.
Yeah.
I'll try and stop her from using as many of her powers as I can. And then we stake her. Does anyone have a knife?
Yeah, I actually do.
Oh,
Oh god,
What?
you do, don't you? It's a switchblade.
It's Nathan. It's a switchblade.
I mean, I'll be a Wolverine, so I, kind of.
you won't need a stake, but the rest of us will.
Well, a stake's a different. So where are we getting a stake from?
Point at trees.
That's where they all got stakes from back in the day.
We don't have to wait for Amazon to deliver this time.
Are you sure? You're like, no. I Chrys, grab a stick or something.
Okay, well, I guess this is okay. And she'll sort of pour off and start.
Yeah, Cass goes up to a tree and like picks a chunky stick and just snaps it off.
It's like you're having a clandestine meeting in a furniture store, and Chrys was like, "How are we gonna find chairs?"
Never staked anyone before, okay?
There's wood everywhere. It's a
She's
forest.
a product of her generation.
Oh god, that's beautiful. Sorry, carry on.
Points at trees is actually Cassius's
Yeah, that's it.
the Native American name.
I held it together, okay?
Oh god, I didn't.
So you got to stick it through the art, right?
The heart. Don't
So
mix.
she's got one.
Yeah, well, hard to tell.
Yeah. Are we sure about all this? Oh, I'm turning into a monster. Rawr. Like, I've watched a lot of B movies in my days.
It only happens when I lose control. If I've lost control for some reason, then I can sound desperate on the phone and, I can be so heated that I end up, dropping the phone or breaking it or whatever after sending my location saying, please come help.
Blame it on me.
Blame it. Why on you? What do you have to do with this?
I mean, you're getting annoyed right now, so.
Yeah, exactly. The reason that you're annoyed is me. Gives me an excuse to be here.
I dealt with a lot more today, okay, than you, and I can certainly play up exactly what I was dealing with. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
What if she does bring back up? Because we if it's just her, I can take her. Like, it's probably. I don't know. I've never met her, but I can probably, right? Can I?
You can probably take her. I saw what
Yeah.
you did to Max.
I mean, I saw her at the thing, but she didn't. The meeting, but she didn't.
We
Would
don't
she
have a
risk
proper
it?
estimation of how strong she is.
How many other people know? Because if Clay's not involved, then who else could she have told that she trusts enough with something like that? Do we know? I don't know.
Max said her
anymore.
head waiter guy, but I think he's
He's
kind.
probably dealing with the. Well, if he's kind, then he's dealing with the R, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not likely she's going to bring off all of the gangle to show and tell. So I would assume she'd want to keep it to herself. Unless you want Vassia finding out that someone's part, etc., etc. So probably best leave them back at home. I mean, might go all right. It might not. If it doesn't, what then?
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. We can't afford for it not to work.
All right. I guess I'll slip into the shadows.
Yes.
Well, can it be in these woods, or do we have to go somewhere else?
I would prefer it was over here. The
How does she
commotion
get in
won't be
here?
overheard, that sort of thing. Less risk of masquerade breaches.
How does she get in here?
There's no barrier to the edge of the woods.
Oh,
She'll be able to reach here.
okay. So long as we're not doing inside the woods.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has Max already gone? I assume.
Yeah, Max is gone.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I
Maybe-
guess I
go
could. Am I turning now into? Or because I can't
Yeah.
exactly talk to you whilst I'm.
Well,
Oh.
I'm actually going to suggest this. I'm going to say, well, maybe it's worth, instead of having her crouch there, maybe it could just be me, after I've transformed back.
I don't think I look werewolfy as a Wolverine.
I would
Aren't werewolves
prefer that
huge?
Lamia try and go to investigate Chrys, because then Chrys won't have to close any distances.
Well,
Hmm.
in terms of size, you're not like Wolverine size. Don't forget.
No, I know.
So,
but still,
Like in terms of like in the woods at night, yeah, you're going to look like a big fuzzy,
And then you can help Tess sell the thing with, some snarls and stuff.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you're a Wolverine, then Tess can like drop the phone, and
yeah,
then it
that
can be
was-
like. "Rah, rah, rah."
okay. Well,
Incidentally, Chrys, you realise that Wolverines don't very often go. "Brr, brr, brr, brr."
about that,
more roaring.
you don't know.
Wolves is like werewolves and stuff as well.
How good is your acting, Chris?
Pretty great.
I slap her in the face.
You get slapped in the face.
What was that for?
Or slap her again.
Tess, back the fuck off.
I need you to take whatever anger that you just felt there and turn that towards her when she gets here, while you're in your form there.
I'm still like, I'm still cognizant. I can think, and I'm not like an actual Wolverine. I'm gonna.
I know, which is why, and I slap her again.
Oh my! Stop it! You
Go on. Go on. Get mad.
I'm mad at you.
And I slap her again, or I try to at least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's,
imagine
like,
at
backing
this
away.
point she'd. So, Chris, if you want, you can oppose this one because it's pretty.
Irritating.
Pretty obvious I'm coming in again.
I mean, would you guys like because it would be melee brawl, or dex athletics to dodge if Chris is dodging instead. You could do the roll if you like to see if it goes through.
I'm gonna do.
If
dex
she
athletics.
even attempts to block me, I will let it be blocked. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Yeah.
No, she went for a dodge, so yeah.
Oh.
Okay, well, I'd already clicked it when you said it.
No.
Chris wins.
I think yes, going off the basis of what I remember of Tess's strength brawl.
I'll just like when she dodges, I'll be like, no, move forward.
Ugh.
Go towards her, not away.
I've just never actually like properly fought a kindred as a kindred.
Chris,
like, for reals.
if you're going to act like what I am when I go bonkers, I just want you to
That's not the issue.
I
The
want you
issue,
to
like,
understand exactly what I can do when I completely lose it, okay? I tore apart a car with my bare hands. And not a scratch on my manicure.
I mean, I can.
You're
I
going
can.
to need to unleash. No
Fight me.
excuses.
And I'm gonna actually try to punch her this time.
Ooh. So strength brawl, please.
Chris is trying to have a moment here. She's just being attacked.
Just feel so attacked right now.
Birthday beats.
Chris,
Dodging it.
dodging it. Dodge.
It's like
gonna
dancing
try.
her like slightly out of your range.
It's like, no, move forward. And I'm gonna try to punch her again.
Oh my god! Just
I too am going to try and punch her.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I'm not
you
a
want
follower.
Chris to friend me? Because
Woo!
Shit.
okay. I don't know whether should I roll for Cassius?
So they are both coming in at you. You are aware of both of them coming in at you. So you can dodge, you can start blocking, which will move you to strength brawl.
Okay, I'll go.
You can start
strength roll.
counter-attacking, which would be strength brawl.
Guys, I'm not like
Oh,
That's a crit too.
that's a crit.
3 10s.
So Tess comes in, like a punch towards you, like Cassius probably comes in from the side, also going for a punch. As long as both of you are okay with it, Chris can basically unleash a kind of like my imagining is she's gonna dodge and make you both hit each other.
That, yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds
just,
about
like,
right.
Dips
She-
and
it's-
turns
it's-
and rolls
oh,
backwards.
It's because it's strength brawl. What she probably does is she dodges while blocking, and the both punches kind of go into you. It doesn't do any like damage to you because it was cushioned by the block, but it does make you both hit each other as she kind of like bends under and then like switch and like kind of like cartwheels away, like
I'm
backflip.
trying to
Better.
be serious here.
Better, Chris. Now do it faster.
Oh, just so bossy. Like, I'm trying to have a serious
I'm gonna hit her again.
conversation.
Okay, Cassius comes in.
Okay.
I'm going to stand there for a second and be like, Chris, if you don't get angry enough, I am dressing you in dresses for the rest of the week.
As you say that, like unless either of you want to reroll.
No.
I think it's just
As
gonna,
you
like,
say,
go out.
as you say that, like Cassius comes in again, and like
Gut punch.
Chrys is like very slightly distracted by that dress comp thing because it's happened before, and just takes a fist to the kind of gut in kind of like a slightly would be winded if not Kindred type way.
Yeah, I go boomf, and I'll take photos.
I'm gonna fight him.
Uh-huh. Instantly, Cass, are you aiming because it'll be superficial damage? Are you aiming for damage, or are you just aiming to get her rolled up?
I'm aiming to piss her off.
Yeah,
is
okay.
what I'm aiming to do.
Because I mean, I know mechanically speaking that would be like one superficial damage. In terms of narrative, it doesn't seem appropriate where you're just like, oh yeah, we're trying to piss someone off, and it's like, bam, like I get my knife out and my knuckle dusters. I'm like, ah.
Freaking go. And I think Chrys doesn't want to talk to him anymore, frankly, because they're being disagreeable and they obviously don't care what she says. So
Okay.
she's gonna roll to turn into a Wolverine now.
Okay.
And see if Cass tries to punch her then. See how that goes for him.
I see the scene of his fist going like this, and then just jaws like, ah!
It's just like,
It's on my hand. Where's let go? What is this? A beaver?
what kind of raccoon is this?
So I think it's a rouse check, isn't it? I think. Let me just
It is a rouse check, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get hungrier, and you're kind of like your skin shivers and shifts, and your hair like gets longer, and your bones change, and you are like human sized, so you're not like the like the actual size of a Wolverine. You're bigger than that. You're like a bit hencher,
Whoa.
and like it'd be. I got the picture of those like dogs and cats who can't control their tongue. They just have like a little bit of it like hanging out in that kind of like.
Chrys is doing it on purpose, but obviously she can't speak as a Wolverine. They don't care what she says anyway. So if it all goes wrong, it's not her fault.
Cassius can pick up. He can't communicate, but he can pick up impressions and kind of like.
Would I be able to communicate if I use feral whispers?
With feral whispers, the way I tend to go with feral whispers is it is tantamount to communication, but it's not like a conversation. It's like you tap into your animalism, and it's like how animals communicate. It's sense and impressions and body language, So it's not like, hey bud, what's up? How are you? It's more, like, oh hey, how you doing there?
Okay. Yeah. Shall I roll a rouse check to activate feral whispers so I can actually communicate with her when we need to?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
And you don't get her. Well, I don't like the way today is going. It's looking very bad for Lamia. No one's getting hungrier.
I can't believe I got 3 10s.
Lamia basically relies on thirst.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. So yeah, you kind of like you start picking up. I mean, you knew this already because Chrys was being fairly straightforward about it. But you're picking up like I was gonna say irradiated, like kind of irrational,
vibes.
Angry, like grumpy vibes.
She's annoyed, but also
I'll be
a
like,
little nervous.
good. Now let's hear a roar.
No.
Chrys, roll me a. 1 second. I decided what this would be. A strength intimidation.
Wasn't gonna roll, but okay.
I mean, are you trying to roar? Are you
No.
actually going to give it a go, or are you being difficult?
Is that really a question?
Yes, it is. It is really a question.
She's being a little difficult. I'm not.
Okay, so it comes out kind of like closer to a meow
No.
than So yeah, it's kind of.
I thought you wanted to fight things, Chrys.
Maybe you
This
could
is
just
your chance.
press a mute button before you drop it.
And she's gonna try and like make Cash jump by roaring right next to his freaking head.
Okay, strength, intimidation, please.
Not a crit, but it is 4 successes.
There we go.
Jesus Christ.
Definitely better than I expected.
Yes, that's good. Are you prepared, Marlowe?
Sure. I'm in the woods. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, stakes.
Right, yes.
Chrys, do you
Uh,
mind chewing the
I-
end off of this?
I continued snapping and like slicing bits of wood off
Yeah.
of the branches.
Chris is
that
gonna
I
help
grabbed.
Marlowe.
Okay.
Marlowe is asking her to chew the end of a stick to make it sharp
Gonna use
for
like
him.
claws though, like
Yeah, that works too.
Wolverines do have pretty impressive claws too.
All right.
I think again, technically, to make a stake, it's like something in craft, and
Oh no. Well, I don't have any dots in craft.
no, I was thinking about it, and like honestly, it's like you don't. The quality of stake doesn't really matter too much as far as I'm concerned. Like it's a piece of wood, you jam it into their heart. It's gonna be the strength brawl to like do the thing. So
I have craft. I could roll Dexcraft.
do you have? Do you? But it's you're
You have
making it.
opposable thumbs right now?
It's difficult. Like yeah, you're not really crafting. You're using a scratching post.
It's like even a Boy Scout can make a pointy stick. Like cavemen can make pointy sticks. So
Yeah.
I don't think they had points in the craft skill necessarily. They just made pointy sticks.
I'd
so-
have to look up the NPC list to see
yeah,
cavemen.
true. They're
Um,
probably on there somewhere, but I think we can rustle up a pointy
Yeah.
stick. If we could make fire, that's a whole other thing. But
Oh, we don't
Pointy-
like fire. No.
pointy stick, I think, is within our.
Yeah, you can make some stakes.
And I think Chris is just gonna sort of sit down next to Tess. Like,
Just got a
Better.
kind of grumpy Wolverine. I think probably like sitting down would be kind of above waist height for you. So it's like big Wolverine to give you an idea of size.
Damn. Okay. Have at her. And I just kind of gesture to the trees.
I'm just gonna mess up some trees.
Okay. You won't need to make a roll for this. It is literally just running around like scratching and biting.
It's actually quite fun, but
Yeah.
you know, she's not gonna tell anybody that because she's still mad at them.
Okay.
I'll try to intentionally taunt her by being like, you missed a spot. Right over there.
Just gonna like try and hit like a sapling in your general direction.
Aye.
Yeah.
Just, that's rookie stuff. Come on, like dig into it.
She's really mad, but she can't talk.
I want her to take that anger out on the trees.
She's just messing up some trees.
Oh yeah.
So
And by the time Chrys is finished, like there's like big, like some really deep, like claw marks. It's more than scratch. It's like proper claw marks and like teeth
I think it's-
indentations where she's just gone up to like a trunk and just been like. It's all kind of like knee height stuff because she's not. And unless you're actually like trying to climb up trees and get it higher, then yeah not. So, the stage is set. I'd say probably now it's getting towards about... It's getting closer to 4 a.m. Kind of started around 3, so, yeah.
Right, now rip up my clothes.
I'm gonna try to be careful with her because I mean I've just messed up some trees, so I don't really want to hurt Tess as well. I'm gonna-
Before you go that far, let's solidify your plan. Is the plan Tess calls up Lamia, is going through the change, like says something to that effect? No, this is the lie and the performance is basically like says something to that effect, and Chrys maybe does some growling as well to like sell it as, you know, drop the phone and you'll probably tell her where you are before that, you know, that type of thing. And then Chrys is going to be the decoy when Lamia gets here, and you will all be hidden.
So I think the way kind of it's gonna work is I'm gonna call her up being like, I did something really terrible. I don't know what to do. I can't tell my coterie. Oh my God, what do I do? And like, if she's like, okay, we'll stay calm. I'm just like, I feel like I'm, you know, I'm gonna, not that I'm losing control. It's like that I don't know what to do. And then just like, and then
Kind
the
of like
growling sounds.
feigning ignorance as to what's happening, but indicating loss of control and etc.
Yeah.
But
It's
when Lamia gets here, if Chrys is the one, you know, like in a kind of wolf style thing, like kind of either padding around or just laying down kind of like unconscious type thing, then you wouldn't need your clothes like torn or anything, is what I'm saying.
That is true. Okay,
I
case, no.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where Tess's like plan was going and everything. Like,
Chrys still kind of wants to do it though.
who wants to do the tear the clothes? Well, so many people wanted to rip clothes off Tess, so it's understandable.
I mean, all right, so yeah, that's essentially the plan.
Okay.
All right, so do we have a stake then?
I hand out one to everyone. I even put one on the floor for Chrys, somewhere she can get to it nearby.
Okay.
Just like hide it in the leaves.
Incidentally, Cassius, Chrys is a weird combination of like heavily aggravated, but also weirdly satisfied with, you know.
Messing with some trees.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Conflicted,
good.
maybe.
It's fair enough. We have been mean to her. We've been bullying her intentionally. So yeah, he's cool with that. And he's going to ask Saturday,
Yes.
would you like to stay? Would you like to leave? This is going to be potentially combat for you.
Do you need me? I would prefer for now to carry on my holiday.
Then please, just make sure that you are far enough away that you'll be safe at the very least. And if it all goes wrong, you'll know what happened to us.
And he like walks up to you and like holds his hand out and says, "Good luck, Cassius."
Thanks, we're going to need it. Grasps his hand, lets him leave, and then it's like, I have a question.
Before he leaves, I want to just like look over at Saturday and be like, you and I need to talk later, buddy, about dead people.
I put his hands up. And then the mist and the shadows swallow him as he heads back into the city for the first time in a while. Actually, not that long, because we've been taking our sweet ass time.
Just want to make sure I'm on the same page as everyone, but she comes up, monologue, then stake, or just jump out and stake the cow.
She doesn't get to talk. That's where her strengths are.
Well, I was wondering if Tess wanted a monologue or something, but yeah,
I'm not.
for the best.
No, I'll be hidden.
Good. Just wanted to get that one out there. Best not to start engaging in a little chitty chat with, no offense, someone that can manipulate you just by looking at you. Well, I assume anyway, given her, well, whatever she is. She was Toreador, right?
As far as I know.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I'll avoid eye contact, I guess, and anything else Toreadors can do I should know about?
Would I know?
Don't let her
what...
bite you.
Oh, yeah, I guess we have one.
All right. There goes that idea then. But
Don't
yeah,
let her bite you. Don't look into her eyes.
yeah,
She
that's
might
normally
be
the-
able to. She might be able to hear and see really well. I don't know. I can sometimes. So just be really still.
All right. Somewhat ironic, really. Normally the only place you're allowed to look's her eyes. But sorry. Yeah.
I wish I had the effort right now to slap you two for that.
It's a bit low, I guess, but well, if you're going to have a murder in the bloody woods, we might as well have a crack a joke here and there. All right. I'll go hide behind a tree somewhere.
Do you want to use
Yeah.
Yeah.
Into the shadowy thingies.
You don't even need to hide behind a tree, technically. You could
Yeah, I'll
kind
just
of
go up to some shadow next to a tree and
how far away would you like to be? Because again, technically for you, being able to just slip into your Weirgate, you don't really need to be that far away even.
yeah, I'm assuming she can't see me, so I'm gonna be like 10 feet.
Oh,
Like,
that's a good point. Tess would probably be aware that she might be able to have some ability to see through like the obfuscate and that type of thing. So that would be a
Yeah.
consideration.
Which is why I'm just like, hide. Don't actually like,
Yeah.
like
Sorry,
actually
I
hide.
I forgot that Toreadors can sense the unseen, right? As I remember.
They got all specs, right?
Yeah, we have Auspex. Yeah.
Right. Oh, you can. Oh, all right.
I can't, but others can.
I will double bag it then, just to be sure. I'll hide and do a bit of that as well, just to be safe. Double bag. Never mind.
Yeah, okay. Where I come from, double bagging it means something else. So, I'm just.
All right. Fair
We're
enough.
talking about our groceries if we say that.
Yeah.
It's definitely gross. Anyway. And I'm gonna hop up into a tree or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
need to do
hop
the
down
phone
to Chrys first.
Yeah, Cassius.
I was just trying to find a nice spot for myself.
As
It's
Tess
fine.
is like starting to go up a tree, you feel like a huge sense of confusion and irritation, frustration.
It's like a big paw.
This.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. We ready?
I'll be behind the nearest reasonably large tree that one could hide behind.
Cass is going to hide further away than Mac, and just hide, like behind like in a ditch if he can, something like that.
Okay.
Because he's gonna need to get the best cover.
And you aren't, as far as I know, none of you are super aware of her abilities past she has used entrancement, and you would recognize that.
Yeah.
So
She can use emotional manipulation for sure.
This is like great. I should have maybe known some of this before I agreed to be the one in the middle of fucking.
All right. So I am going to just kind of take a breath and just be like, all right.
Chrys is just gonna be like, okay, you like nod at her, so like, you've got this, but obviously.
Yeah. Like little claw comes up. You got this.
And I'm going to call Lamia.
Okay. I think you got. I think you
That's the
got
noise
a
that Chrys
pet.
made
I,
the
Did
first
you
time.
hear my cat? Did you
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
Oscar? Oscar!
I was gonna say I think you got a pet shop instead accidentally.
Oh my gosh. Oscar, come here. Oh my gosh, he's so loud. Oscar! He's such a silly boy. All right.
So when you call Lamia,
Yeah.
it rings a few times, and I'm not gonna lie, you've done this too. Is when you've got someone you're interested in, or you know you wanna, you don't pick up the first ring, even if you're right next to your phone. And then the phone is answered, and you hear, "Hello."
Lamia, something's wrong.
Tess, what is it?
I did something really, really bad, and I shouldn't have done it, and I feel terrible, and honestly, I'm so scared right now. I can't tell anyone. I didn't know who to call.
Okay, it's all right. It's all right. What's wrong? Are you okay?
I hurt someone. I don't know if they're still alive. I can't tell. I just ran away. I didn't know what to do.
All right, it's fine.
I've never killed anyone before, Lamia. I don't. What if they find out? What if they? Oh God. Oh.
No,
oh,
it's
no,
okay.
No,
it's
no,
okay.
no.
Take
Oh,
deep
God.
breaths. Try and stay
Oh.
calm.
What's happening? Lamia, please. And I'm going to
Drop. Yeah.
drop the phone.
Yeah.
And then
Roll me a. Yes. Would you like to re-roll that?
I think I have an extra dice because of the animal type, so can I just roll one more?
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to.
Would you like to re-roll that?
I will re-roll 3 then, please.
Yes, you may.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, the same growl as before. It's not like rough, but it is decent enough, and you can hear kind of like, "Stay where you are." Oh, you did say where you were.
oh shit. I would have tried to send her the location.
It would have,
I would have had that
like,
prepared on my phone.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I suddenly I was like, "Stay where you are. I'll be right there," because that's totally what she'd be. But considering the
it's the
plan,
find my phone shit. I don't know.
Considering the plan,
Yeah,
it's
I
something
would've had
that
that
would have
there.
been involved. So
Okay.
I'll be right there, and you hear like a click as she turns her phone off, and she's headed towards you, as far as you know.
And I'm gonna leave my phone with Chrys and like carefully step away.
Yeah, just in
Chris is
case.
like-
kind of, yeah.
It's a bit louder.
And then hop up, like I'm gonna go a little further, probably the same distance that Marlowe's at, and then I'm gonna hop up into a tree.
Do you have
flop on the floor.
I do have celerity.
Yeah, it's it's Cat's Grace. Do you have that one?
Yeah.
Okay, then you don't need to roll to get up into the tree. It's all fine and easy.
Yeah. That'd be a pain in the ass.
It would be funny to see Tess fall on her butt, but but yeah, you
Chris
get up
is-
fine.
It'd be awful.
Marlowe's
Oscar.
hidden. Chris, are you just going to?
She's like where the stake was. She's like kind of flopping as though she's like collapsed.
Is she doing?
That
Is she
was
doing the
fine.
unconscious like kind of look?
I think that was
Alright.
the plan, so that Lamia comes close.
Well, yeah, or like pacing around like ferally, but that could, yeah. It depends which way you want to take it. Cassius, what's your?
He's gonna try and hide further away than the others because he knows that he's not good at stealth.
That is fair.
He's just gonna like dive into a ditch or behind a big tree or something.
Yeah, so you'll be further away. It won't require a stealth roll. It will mean it will take you longer to get there. However,
that's the only risk.
Yeah, the majority like thing is the Chrys of it all. You know, like Chrys has always been your kind of major brawler, so she's gonna be the one to like subdue or however you end up going with it. And Marlowe's pretty close, well, reasonably close by.
Mm-hmm. We got backup.
Yeah.
And once the fight starts, I don't think it'll matter how far away I am.
Oh well, yeah.
Sorry, Chrys.
Before we get into like actual combat,
Sure.
So my Wolverine form has 7 rolls, so I will roll
7 dice.
just 7 dice, not
Yeah.
including strength. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure.
for those like specialized ones, it's like based on the NPCs, and the NPCs like if they have like brawl, especially they have like a brawl.
Yeah,
pool.
I didn't want to make it janky whilst we were in the groove.
No problem. Okay, Cassius, I can't remember quite how far you've gone into timey-wimey powers. Is it 2?
I've gone twice into timey-wimey.
Right. Oh, you can do that. Okay.
Which is what I'm hoping.
Let me know if you want to activate that steady point.
I will probably let you know. Yeah.
It is a browse check, correct?
Should be.
If you want to do it for the scene, so you can enact the actual. Yeah, it's a bit like its mirror twin celerity in that you can, you know, like much how the celerity can kind of be like, okay, for this.
Oh,
scene,
I thought it was focused on a target.
It is.
Oh.
But you can like so. It's not like every time you use it, you have to you know, again, like celerity, where it's like
it's for the
it's
like
for the
scene sort of
scene,
thing.
yeah. So
Okay, yeah, I'll rouse check that now then.
there are bigger drawbacks to it, whereby like if you consistently use it and consistently are confounded, then it will start to take a toll on you in a different way.
No,
but
yeah, well, he doesn't fully understand that yet.
no,
but
he
we'll see.
hasn't. He hasn't. I would say he's experimental enough that by himself he's probably messed with it enough to have a very, very tiny vague idea. But
Not in an intense situation. Though.
No,
we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I also just want to say before Lamia arrives, we have been talking about her using witch mind powers, so I'm going to be having unswayable mind on.
I'm pretty sure that's an always on situation. I think it's passive,
just,
but it is good to
it's
remind
passive.
me
I
that you
just
have
wanted
it.
to say.
Yeah. Okay. So probably about 15 minutes pass before you hear like the crunch of leaves and etc. as Lamia is coming through the woods towards the general position. She doesn't seem to know exactly where she's going, as far as you can tell, and probably like it takes a bit longer than you'd expect because she's kind of like looking around instead. How close are you, Tess? Like, I know you're in the tree, but
How far away was Marlowe again?
Marlowe is like behind a tree and obfuscated, but like semi-close.
Okay, no,
Cassius,
then I'm probably further away. I'm probably like close to where Cass is, maybe.
Yeah,
like same distance as Cass, just a little further off to the side.
Yeah. Okay. So, let me just pull up the thing so I can see the rules for the things that Lamia may need. Righty-roo. One question I have: can entrancement be used in combat, or is it out of combat only?
I don't think it can be used because it has to be used for a positive effect, right?
Yeah, because the other one is the negative effect.
Right, entrancement. Unnatural allure on a single person, rapt fascination.
Okay. It can be, yeah. It's much more difficult if you ask them to do something to hurt them or their loved ones or people they like and stuff. So it would be a bit of a Hail Mary, but it's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she sees so what I'm gonna ask for is I think it's gonna be, you know what, I'm just gonna roll for Lamia here. Oh, okay, I did do it. 2. So she kind of rushes over. She's Tess, like, you know, Eva just here. Seems like she's still in her, you know, yeah. And like bends down to kind of like shake this like fluffy form of what she assumes is Tess in some form of wolfed out state.
I'm just gonna please growl. Like, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, just sell it, Chrys, sell it.
As far as Chrys was aware, the plan was that Lamia gets close and then she attack.
Yep.
So she's gonna try and turn around and bite her arm, get kind of a hold of her.
Okay. In that case, roll be your brawl, which is 7 dice.
Wow, that was not good.
Oh, good lord.
It's 1 success. You can re-roll 3 if you'd like.
We're dead.
Don't forget to mark off your
Yeah.
willpower if you do.
Okay, I'll re-roll 3.
Okay.
Marlowe will be trying to move in behind
Two more.
once she passes him, but whenever that turns out to be is up to you. But kind of like the moment she's knelt down next to Chrys, I would like peep out and then.
If you move, you break the.
Yeah, I know. But if she's not looking at me, I wouldn't be worried.
Yeah, so she's gonna like
Okay.
whip around, growl a bit, and try and snap her arm. Like, not snap it off, but like grab.
Yeah, no, you immediately whip around, like grab her, and she like screams and kind of like startled surprise. But you've like got your teeth like just buried into her. I don't know what the rule is for for a kindred in beast, like in shapeshifted form, when they taste blood in their mouth.
Same
Oh
as
Uh-oh.
normal?
I mean,
It's-
yeah. Can they still like drink blood and everything as a?
I don't think there's a rule for it.
Why is there not a rule for it? Jeez.
I don't know, make it up. Quick.
Come on, get to it. This is always going to happen when you
You're
plan this.
instantly bloodhounded, then we all die.
I
fuck.
will say you can still drink blood and you still have the thirst for blood, but you are on 1 hunger, so it is not really too much of a
I don't
temptation currently,
I
unless
don't
you
think
feel like
she's
it would
gonna
be.
like try and drink her blood because that's not the
No,
plan.
no. But your teeth literally in her arm, and she is going to, like, you know, that blood is going to get into your mouth in that instance. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not necessarily drinking it, but the temptation will be higher than usual in that situation.
I'm gonna bear it in mind right now, but I'm not gonna drink right now.
Yeah, and not probably. You probably wouldn't be thirsty. Yeah, you're not thirsty anyways. You're on 1 hunger, so
I mean,
kind
we're
of
always
like, ooh,
thirsty.
blood. It's like tasting
So-
candy, but you're not gonna drink it, I guess.
In that instance, I'd say it definitely, like, and correct me if I'm wrong on these ones. So Marlowe, roll me a dex stealth, just because dex stealth, because you're moving quietly. Tess, correct me if I'm wrong, but you probably didn't expect this, so it's gonna be a bit of a surprise for Tess.
I'm gonna not move.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit there and just be like, oh, okay, I guess that's the plan now.
Oof.
Like,
Yeah, well, once Chrys has moved, Marlowe will sprint towards and go for a rugby tackle.
On Lamia.
So, yes,
All
not
right.
on Chrys.
Oh, yeah. And Cassius.
As soon as he hears the scream, he jumps out of the ditch and sprints to a distance where he can start to use his powers.
Okay.
Chris is trying to rag her around a little bit. Like,
Yeah. Basically, Tess and Cassius, you're a bit far away, so like this first kind of time, you know, it'll like the first move you do, you can get into kind of like close range. Marlowe, if you're going for a tackle on Lamia, that will be a strength roll, I believe.
Sure.
And Lamia.
Yeah, I basically just want to try and like go for the hips, take her to the ground. Ideally to face plant the ground, but I'll take what I can get.
Okay.
We're going for like
You'll
full on.
also get 2 extra dice
Okay.
because she's grappled and she's already got someone going after her.
Okay, so I'll do that. 2 dice, and I'll do a re-roll.
Oh, okay.
That'll do it.
That is a crit. It is also 7.
7, yes.
Chrys, please roll me a strength brawl.
She's mine.
strength brawl or just
A strength brawl, please.
okay?
With the 2 extra dice.
God damn it.
So that's
8.
8. So,
I'm not happy that I crit.
Do
on
we
the
rip her
hunger.
arm
I'm like,
off?
huh?
I'm concerned that I crit with the hunger. Is what I'm like.
That's a bestial success. Am I right there, Josh?
Messy crit, yeah.
It's a messy crit. Yeah.
Did I as well? Or does it have to be
Yeah.
both?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you both
There's
did. Yeah.
blood.
Okay.
Do we rip her arm
Lamia
off?
is so fucked.
yeah, she might be missing an arm.
So yeah.
Grow back.
I think basically as you like cannon into her, like you're going full pelt, and I mean, yeah, okay. Just mocking off some health there. And you hear this like horrific like ripping and just what's the give me a sec. To start off, her arm rips off.
Ah, no.
So in your mouth, Chrys, in your Wolverine mouth is an arm, and Hydra in your arms as you tackle her to the ground is Lamia without an arm at the shoulder, basically.
Fuck.
Additionally, I need you both to roll a frenzy, please.
Oh my fucking god. How did we get here?
I
I think it was around about the time where Hydra was like, "Can I re-roll?" and Chrys rolled a crit. Or Tash rolled a crit.
I am gonna have to be brutally honest here.
Uh-huh.
As a wolf, I have 3 willpower.
Yep.
I have rerolled twice, so I have 1 willpower.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
In that case, I believe your frenzy roll is it. What's the frenzy roll? Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep that. Well, I can't re-roll it anyway, so
It says
Oh, yeah,
willpower
No,
3.
I don't know if the willpower replaces your willpower. I guess I don't know the rules on that.
I'm gonna say yes.
I just
Cool.
wanted to be honest.
So yeah, no, that I appreciate that. So a frenzy roll is your remaining willpower. correct?
Remaining willpower
Yeah.
plus a third of your humanity.
Okay, so I'll have 2. Which is better than 1.
I only rolled a 1, so you
Wait.
can't do too much worse.
Frenzy. Okay, I'm really stressed by this. Oh, it's adding the humanity dice for me, so
Oh, okay.
which is confusing.
It only adds a portion of them automatically.
Yeah.
So do the full normal humanity dice, and then it divides it by 3 afterwards.
Okay. I am very surprised.
You rolled 3 successes.
Chris is grossed out by this arm.
I
And
can't
it
remember.
gets-
I can't remember what the difficulty on a feeding is.
Wolverine chewing
Honestly,
on
I
an arm
think-
is disgusted.
I think 3 would be the thing with low hunger, so I'm gonna stick with the 3.
I can't believe I
Um,
passed that, to be quite honest.
It's like 2 or 3.
It's a real shame because I knew exactly what Chrys was gonna do. Chrys was gonna run away with the arm like a dog with a bone, and spend the rest of the night like chewing it in the.
Like shaking it back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, she'd come back covered all in red the next day.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah.
Well,
And go bury it afterwards.
Chris is like, "Ugh," and spits it out.
No
So,
take, only throw.
because we haven't done that much combat, I may need to refer to Josh on this. Lamia's out of superficial damage.
She's at a -2 to all physical rolls.
She's
if
at
that's
a minus
the
2
case.
to all physical rolls,
Um,
and she goes into torpor at all
All aggravated. Yeah.
aggravated damage. Okay.
Holy
And
shit.
with my feral claws, like which is the one before shape change, they do aggravated damage, and I have a +1 to all damage.
They do. I think they do aggravated damage to kind, right? To humans.
I think it's to Kindred.
Or is it to everyone?
It's aggravated to mortals and then unhalved superficial to vampires.
Yeah.
So,
So
if
it's
you,
still good versus.
So if you
Yeah.
hit her now, it'll be.
yeah, she'll be
aggravated,
messed
right?
up.
Yeah. If any of you hit her now, it'll be aggravated.
And with my terrible roll of 1, am I
What
How
does
hungry?
Marlowe do?
licking her?
How hungry are you?
I'm on 2.
Yeah, I'd say that's enough to like. You're basically going to, on your turn, you're going to try and bite her because blood everywhere, and
Yeah,
you know.
that's fine.
If it was 1 hunger, I'd maybe allow that, but you know.
No, it out of 6 dice to roll 1, that's
Yeah.
a pretty bad fail.
Yeah, yeah.
So
However, Lamia's going to go first, and because she isn't aware of mechanics of the game, she's gonna desperately try and hit you to get you off her, which is just gonna be in the middle of panic. It's gonna be a strength brawl. -2, right?
What he said?
Looks like -2.
She has no dice.
She has no arm.
Lol.
And I realized that as I was rolling it, but I was like, it's in a panic, it's what you would do, so.
do I
Aw.
get bonus dice if she doesn't have an arm? This is like the Black Knight scene.
Just a scratch.
So, now, Chrys, you have an arm in your mouth.
Right out on the floor. No, that is gone.
Yep, on the floor. What would you like to do in this situation? It's gone so much better than you expected, I think.
She cringes, mainly. Like, she just pulled someone's arm off.
Yep.
That's her turn.
Okay, that makes sense. I understand that. Cassius, you've run up and you're like a little bit away from this.
Can I see that she's struggling a lot?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
at this point, I'd like to.
She literally just like weakly slapped Marlowe in the face and he barely noticed.
Oh yeah, if that's what's happening, then Cass is gonna try and stake her.
That's a strength roll, right? With some minus dice, I believe.
I think it's -2. Yeah.
And it's going to be +2, so. Because
Okay,
she's
so it's
literally
+0?
restrained and weak and held still, so.
And has one less arm.
All right. So just to make sure that this works, I'm gonna rouse for an extra dice.
Understandable.
You're fine.
I'm gonna do
You are fine.
strength.
Tess is still up in the tree, like, what up?
Tess is like clutching
Oh.
her pearls pretty much. Just
Would you
in
like
the
to
Oh
tree,
reroll?
no, I
not
didn't
moving.
add the extra dice that from my rouse.
Yep.
So I'll just roll one.
One
more, see
extra
what
dice.
happens. Not that that's fucking
Would
hell.
you like to reroll 3?
Yes, I would.
This is like the worst episode for us to have terrible rolls on. Just
Yeah,
saying.
it really is.
We used all our good rolls earlier during the practice.
Oh god, the arm puns are coming out.
Oh, 2.
She's going to try to dodge.
Fair play.
Marlowe, roll me a strength roll, please.
Okay. Any bonuses?
No. Okay. That's just okay, 3. In that case, she will take extra minuses because Marlowe is managing to restrain. I was like, Marlowe's kind of it doesn't make sense for it just to be -2 because of there has to be minus because if he's managing to hold her still, basically. So she'll have maybe a chance. Yep.
Is what everyone hears.
Yeah, like maybe some cracking of rib as well. And like she just kind of goes still. And do they desiccate slightly? I think they desiccate slightly, don't they?
It's up to you.
Oh, okay. Then yes, just kind of like the kind of like pale skin goes much more like grey and like not cracks, but like some veins show up and yeah.
Okay.
Definitely a clear indicator of torpor.
Do I have to snap out of my wanting to bite her?
No, you are now going to try and bite her.
Okay. I'm happy to. I'll go for whatever I can get, really.
Oh, she's in torpor, so you bite her.
Yeah, I was just thinking I like would have rugby tackled her around the waist
Yeah.
to avoid any knee injuries. So I assume I end up like biting her around the midriff or the thigh or something. Whatever I can.
I mean, she's in
Scramble.
torpor, so you'd probably just go for the easy to neck, like quickly.
Okay, yeah, if she's on the ground, yeah, sure.
So take off 1 dot of hunger. And that's your turn. And now it's everyone else's go. There's no more combat, but Mac will... roll me another frenzy, please. Because, again, like, I don't think you're particularly going for the... Jesus Christ, dude, really? Okay.
Wow.
She's really tasty.
I say something and you prove me wrong as I'm
Who
talking.
comes to the woods dressed like this, honestly?
How?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, it means you failed again, so you're gonna keep drinking.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, you guys have a turn effectively.
Well, Cass has something for this.
Oh, okay.
He's got Quell the Beast for
He
this
does.
exact situation.
He does.
So he's gonna take a beat, be like, okay, it's over. Oh, why are you biting her? Fucking vampires. And then, yeah, unless anyone else wants to do anything, I'm going to attempt to quell his beast.
I think seeing as you're there and both Tess and Chrys are in different states of kind of like dumbfounded. Chrys was dumbfounded because arm in
It's
mouth.
just an arm. Where did the
Then
rest
yeah,
go?
I think Quell the Beast makes perfect sense here.
All right,
Tess hasn't moved.
I'm good. I
You're
don't
good.
get hungrier. That's incredible.
I don't know what's happening today.
No, me either.
Mm.
It's like really bad rolls, except for the
Except for some cool ones.
some arm pulling and
Mm.
Can't believe I passed the freaking frenzy.
If I pass that rouse check, I'm gonna, because I don't know how powerful his mind is. I'm gonna rouse check to get an extra dice on this.
Okay.
Because, okay, I finally get hungrier.
yeah,
But-
you push it, and you get hungrier.
I push it to get hungrier, but I need to make sure he doesn't like destroy her.
Yeah.
Because then everyone will be grumpy.
Hmm.
Okay. 3. I'm gonna re-roll. I don't. Well, and the resistance for this
Tess, roll me an awareness, please.
Okay.
Wits awareness.
stamina plus resolve. Marlowe is the resistance for this.
Stamina plus resolve. You can re-roll if you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You won't need to.
2.
Okay. You can re-roll if you like, Tess. 2 dice if you
2
want.
dice. Yeah, I'll reroll 2. That's a 4.
4. Okay. So yeah, the with Marlowe's role, like you kind of feel this like desperate need to like drink as much blood as you can, you know, like it's just disappears. Like you feel kind of almost like tranquilized, like you've taken a tranquilizer or you know, like something along those lines. Like you don't really have any drive currently, where it's like you just kind of relax and you like open your mouth, take your fangs off and just there you go.
I help Marlowe up.
Whoa. Sorry about that.
That's fine. These are the risks that we take. Is everyone okay? As I kind of scoop up Lamia.
I'm still behind.
Are
the
you
screen there,
scooping up
say-
all of Lamia or the body part?
The bit with the steak in it.
Right.
Not the hand.
Not the arm.
I don't need the hand.
It's
Chris
like
is
it's
sat
like
next to the
fully
arm,
from
like-
here arm. So yeah.
Blimey.
You all right, Chris?
Makes it lighter.
Is it
You need a
over?
hand?
Yeah, like Tess is like climbing down from the tree. Like, hey guys, is it over?
Is it done?
I'm gonna.
Sort of.
I think Chris is gonna stay a Wolverine
Yeah.
right now. She doesn't know what's. But
Do I see the arm?
she's sat. It's next to Chris.
Yep.
Okay, so that's where the screaming was coming
Cassius,
from.
roll me a
Okay.
wits awareness, please.
Mm-mm.
She's not dead, right? She's staked. She's still
I put the steak in. Should be good.
all right. I'm not looking at the staked body.
1.
Okay.
Right, well, that was an experience.
Should we bring the arm?
I don't know.
What happens if we
I'm-
leave it?
Probably a bad idea. I'm going to finally work the nerve up to actually go look at Lamia or the staked body of Lamia.
She has obviously lost a lot of her magnetism and appeal. She's pretty roughed up, missing an arm. Blood kind of like splattered across her face. Obviously very grey kind of complexion, and like look of fear, honestly, on her face is the thing that it was frozen in.
I'm gonna take the arm and just kind of like hold it to the body and just be like, I think it looks better like this.
What are you gonna do?
I don't-
Stitch it back on?
I'm not a doctor. Like, I just.
The arm actually looks in worse condition than the rest of her, like it's degrading more and a bit quicker.
Ugh.
She'll do all right without it.
I'm gonna.
Chrys is gonna turn back and just be plopped on the floor. I was told they grow back.
You're right, Chrys.
I'm gonna kick up some dirt. Just drop the arm and kind of kick some leaves over it or something.
I have options here for Chrys and also for Tess. For Chrys, you like there's a difference between hurting people and like properly injuring people. These aren't compulsory, but if you'd like a stay, if you think a stain is appropriate, because I'm on the fence for this. I think it really comes down to you guys and how bad you feel. Because I know like Chrys
Chrys feels
doesn't.
awful.
Okay, then a stain probably isn't necessary. You know, it's the remorse that's important, and it very obviously was a mistake. But I also know that Chrys doesn't like Lamia, so if she didn't,
She's not gonna let this go. Even like if she didn't like someone, she's not gonna let it
yeah,
go.
yeah, that's what I figured. But there's always the possibility that she'd, you know, kind of swing the other way and be like, yeah, screw Lamia, whatever, or even just be kind of like not that caring about it. Tess, along the same lines, like Tess has had a lot of rough kind of death stuff recently. I'm wondering like if she's going down the route of.
So, because Lamia is Kindred, and because she has manipulated Tess so much, pretty well playing her like a puppet, and Tess still thinks that she had a hand in Winnie's death. Tess does not feel bad. Tess feels bad for how much pain she probably was in, but she doesn't feel bad for actually having
For the
her
act
staked.
and well,
Yeah. She didn't think it's like the fact that she got her arm ripped off was a incredible shame, and really she wished that was not the case. But the deed is done, and therefore she doesn't like. She's more just like sitting there with the fact that it's done.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Well, the staking really isn't the thing. It's how messy it got and like kind of the extreme, you know, violence that was done to Lamia. So if Tess does feel bad about that and regretful of that, then a stain will be up to you, basically, whether you think it will be.
I don't like. She feels bad for the pain caused, but not for the actual act. So I don't know.
No, that it.
So long as she's not dead, right? Like.
Yeah, it's a little bit borderline, for both of you. So I was happy either way with that, and it makes sense. Okay.
I'm going to take her into the forest now.
I'll come with you.
Of course. How you doing, Marlowe? Anyone else want to come with?
Oh, I've no idea how I'm doing. Chrys?
I'm gonna sit here for a bit.
We'll catch up later then. And he leaves into the mist.
Okay.
And I follow him.
Chrys, you wanna You want any company? Or you need a mate?
I mean, we did that together. Well, so
Let's have a sit down together. Go on, you two.
So Cassius heads off with Tess, and Chrys and Marlowe basically take a pew against a tree or two. Let's stick with Marlowe and Chrys because I think this will be a slightly less extended scene. So
it wasn't meant to be like that.
No. I was going to try and take it to the ground, get the arm behind the back, keep their eyes facing down.
Her hand was in my mouth, Marlowe.
Yeah.
Your whole arm.
Yeah, my teeth were in her neck. Messy, eh?
Why is this what we have? Why?
It's what we have to wrestle with. I don't like it.
I know that she, is evil or whatever, but I
Look on the bright side of this. She'd grow another one.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, well, cross your fingers. It's, yeah. It's our curse, I guess. It doesn't mean you're bad. Just means you got something bad in you.
How? I don't want this to be like normal for us. I don't want to
No.
get to that point.
Yeah. No, I agree. Well, there's only one thing we can do, right?
Die?
No. Something much more serious than that.
What?
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise to not chomp on people and rip off arms again.
Yeah, we'll only do that to ourselves. How about that?
But how maybe we're the assholes to someone else. Like, we don't
Yeah.
know what.
We are. Someday that'll probably happen to us. I mean, you live forever, right? Sooner or later it's going to happen to us. But I'll tell you what, change your pinky promise. If you start turning into an arsehole, I'll tell you. And likewise.
I mean, I know that Mac is not the same as you, Mal, but how are we gonna do that if he comes back and just doesn't tell us things? Like, how?
He's yeah. He does what he feels that he needs to do, but that's the thing in his head whispering, just like I did that to her just then. All of us are going to end up doing stuff that's messy from time to time, but I don't know, maybe we can do some good along the way.
But how much good? Like, how can it ever balance out? And we drink from humans. That's bad enough. And then
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you that you're all good, because I don't think any of us are. I tried to be good, but now I've got this in me. I don't know. But I guess if one were to be a stoic about it, you could maybe say that she killed no shortage of people, as well as probably killing some arseholes along the way, but maybe we can remove a few of the arseholes without killing any people.
Maybe we can help the police chief son guy, but I just...
Yeah.
I don't think this was right.
No, it wasn't. And there's nothing we can say or do to change that, because it's not right. So we just have to figure out what we do next.
Okay. She's crying. There's just like...
Look on the plus side, though. At least she's not proper dead.
That's true.
Just to accentuate the point, it's blood.
Yeah. It's blood all down her face. I cried for a second there. That was great.
You, I'll tell you one thing. The fact that you're, well, leaking a little bit means you're not all bad.
Well, if I ever rip someone's arm off again and then I don't cry, then...
I mean, hey, look at it this way. You just bit the arm. I ripped it off. You would have just been chewing on it if it weren't for me.
Oh, God. I don't...
Yeah. Let's, yeah, I guess we'll just wait here a bit.
Okay.
You good?
No, she's still crying.
Yeah, good. Me too.
Just gonna pat him. It's about all the affection you get from Chrys. She pats you. Okay. Aww.
Chrys,
Okay.
you get a text.
Okay. She reads the text.
It is a request for a meeting in the city. From Aiden.
Okay. Oh, God. Does it say like when, where, why?
As like now, basically. It's in give me a sec. In Flintbridge, kind of like down the kind of road part of the waterfront.
Okay.
Kind of in that area. It's the place you walked down with Tess earlier.
I think. God, Chrys is so conflicted.
Mm. If it helps, it's not Aiden's usual, oh, could you please? It's a bit more like, Chrys, we need to talk. Come meet me here now.
I think Chrys,
Not even a please. Very un-British.
I think she doesn't necessarily notice that he's being a little rude.
Yeah.
I think she's conflicted because she's just done something atrocious to her mind.
Yeah.
And she both doesn't want to see him and does want to see him to almost be reminded of
The good.
her humanity and her like. I'm gonna go for a walk. Okay.
You sure? You all right?
I'll be what I am.
All right. Well, be careful what you are, all right?
Are you gonna be all right?
Who knows?
True enough.
You're right, you Todd.
Yeah. I'm meeting a friend.
Oh, good. I met with a friend earlier. Before I fed on her.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a bad thing about friends. You shouldn't really have any. Maybe. Or maybe not. I don't know. Just have a drink before you go.
I feel sick. I don't feel
Yeah.
hungry.
Okay, well. Maybe it'll perk you up a bit. Someone you care about.
Yeah, he reminds me of before this is what I was.
Right. Do us a favour then.
Hmm?
Go give him a hug.
Okay.
And sit down by a tree.
Chris
Okay,
is gonna
as-
wander off.
As Chrys wanders off to go, I'm assuming to go meet Aiden.
Yeah.
Marlowe, you don't have any particular. Honestly, it's starting to get reasonably light. If you wanted to head back to your cinema, to your theatre, you know.
I think I'll.
If you want some solo time, like reflection. Then
Yeah,
that'll be a good place to.
I'm only wondering how safe it is, but
You
Yeah.
could jump across the river, and kind of head through that way.
yeah, actually, well, when I mentioned safety, it's more like expecting the police to like bust down the door.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
like Flint Bridge and that area is always more like, you know, it's more policed. It's more Sunnytown's a lot more hidey holes and that. It's
Yeah,
easy to get
yeah.
through.
Sorry, I was very vague with that. Marlowe still doesn't know if the police are onto him or not,
Right.
and he still doesn't know if they're gonna like bust down the door because it's in the cinemas in his family
the
name.
cinema actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm just thinking that his thinking right now is that if the police were looking for them and he was instigated, because he still doesn't know if they're onto him or not,
Yeah.
he's a bit concerned that the cinema's a bit of a liability. So I think he'll go and try and like just kick it by the waterfront for a bit.
All right.
Maybe go swing by and have a chat with Julian. Just a very casual,
Yeah.
quick talk for
Hey,
5
how'd
minutes
you
before.
do? Continuing friendliness and etc. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a small talk. I have a proposition for him, but
Okay.
I'll just do that on the way through. It's
Sure.
up to you if you want to cover it now or
Well, we'll
later on.
Yeah, we'll see.
Revisit that if time allows, but if not, I can summarize it in a sentence.
That's good. Okay. So, as Chrys heads off, and Marlowe kind of, I imagine he sits there for a little bit first, just kind of, you know, and then heads over to that direction to go meet up with Julian, or to go find Julian and have a word with him. We'll switch deeper into the forest with Cass and Tess.
This is just walking quietly along with Cass,
Yeah.
trying not to look over.
Cass is also relatively quiet. He's got a thoughtful look on his face.
Kind of not paying attention to each other off in your own heads.
No, he's paying attention. He's just also thinking.
Okay.
Tess is paying less attention.
Yeah. And also thinking.
And also thinking, yeah. What are we gonna do with her?
Well, I said we would keep her here. I kind of brush some of the hair out of her face and check that the stake is
Secure.
firmly in there.
Yeah. You I will allow like a more kind of like firm, if you like, because while you did succeed, it wasn't a great success from you. It's just that she was a lot worse. So
Yeah, I will actually push it deeper and more securely.
there's a small like squelch while that happens because it's gross.
Is she conscious at all?
It's never happened to me, so I've never seen anyone have it happen to them either.
Is it bad that I hope she doesn't hate me if we take that out of her?
You spent a lot of time with her. I think it's reasonable. She might have tricked you. That's not a reflection on you, is it?
No, I guess it isn't. I hope it isn't. I just want to know if she had anything to do with Winnie's death.
I honestly am almost afraid to take the stake out of her. Because if we give someone like this an inch, they'll take a mile. And she might be off before we know it. It's not something we can't find out elsewhere as well. I get why you'd want to know. I want to know as well.
I just have this sinking feeling that she did. And I don't. I don't know what I'd do if I found out. If I found out that she was she took away the only real good father figure I had in my life.
Yeah. I know. Are you looking for someone to blame, though? Is that gonna make you feel better?
Who knows? What does it matter if I'm looking for someone to blame? It's not going to bring him back. Granted, I'm lucky enough to be able to communicate with him occasionally.
Yeah. Sort of jealous.
Sorry, quick point of interest. Does Cassius know that Tess has managed to chat with Winnie.
Oh, that's a good point. He
That
might
it's only
not-
happened once, and I don't think she told anyone.
Yeah, he might not have known before this point.
Twice, I thought, no?
No, just the time where you were losing it in the dreamscape.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He pushed through and you pulled him out. You pulled him through. It's the only time that there's been a Winnie time.
No, because
There was the dreams that you all had.
The dream,
yes,
but I
but
didn't.
she
think he
told
talked.
me that what he said.
Yes, that's
So
right.
I do know. I
Yeah,
I did
okay.
know.
Sorry, cancel that. I was unsure in the moment.
No,
of,
it was a
yeah.
good point. I didn't actually remember. I am jealous. He's left me with quite a legacy. I didn't quite realize what my job was when he left.
I mean, I would love to see him again right about now. If only to take comfort in seeing him. If I can reach out to him, maybe you can ask some questions too. We're in the right spot.
Yeah.
I mean, been
That's
meaning
true.
to see Gravestone.
I do have some questions. I'm glad you came with me. This would upset the others. They were clearly not entirely with it. But there's something we can do as Kindred.
I'm not following. What are you trying to do?
We can make ourselves stronger.
I mean, aren't we doing that every day just by living, learning?
Yes, this is a shortcut.
Well, what is it?
It's called Diablerie.
Oh,
And
that
it-
doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, it doesn't evoke the right imagery. But it's a normally frowned upon thing. I only know it exists because people told me not to do it. I have to make sure that Winnie's wishes are fulfilled. I have to do my duty. And whether or not I sire one of the two candidates from Winnie's tribe, I can't leave them without all the advantages they need to survive. You saw how angry and suspicious the court were when they were talking about me.
When they were talking about Winnie.
It's not a secret that I'm his child.
They don't believe that. At least I don't think they do.
They don't know yet. I don't want them to find out.
What is Diablerie?
Sorry, just a very quick point of interest for this topic. Cassius has mentioned it to enough people that it would not be hard to find out if they don't already know.
Yeah, I accidentally did that a lot at the beginning of the campaign.
To be fair, he didn't know that it was a bad.
To be fair,
It wasn't until
it was
very
intentional.
recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to make that point.
Tess, Diablo is when you drain the blood from another vampire. That's why it's so dangerous.
You'd be killing her. Like, really killing her.
The way it was described to me is more a joining of souls.
So she would live on inside of you.
Maybe. I don't really know.
Well, if you don't know, then you don't know the risks. What if somehow she, started affecting how you are?
I've already gone through enough change recently. I'm fairly certain she won't be able to affect my demeanor.
But you don't know. And what? So you can get a little stronger?
So I can give the tribe the best chance they can get.
I don't give a fuck about your tribe. I don't know these people. I barely know I barely heard about this tribe. I care about us. I care about my family. I care about you as a person, as a kindred. I care about Saturday. I care about, your dog. Fuck, I even care a little about that wizard dude that I met. Who made me chicken nuggets that one time.
Yeah. He's a charmer.
Roll me wits awareness, both of you, please.
Oh, Putin.
2, but can I reroll some?
Sure, you can reroll one.
3.
3 for me.
So, in the distance, you hear... As coming towards you, you see a shadow. Human-shaped, human-sized.
What?
Wait.
You have a bit of time before they are there, so you can react in a way if you want, or...
Get hidden. Hide. You and Lamia, hide.
What is this?
Hide.
Do I still have slow time activated?
You do.
Okay, then I am going to...
Actually, it's probably the next scene, isn't it? So you'd have to activate it again.
Okay, that's fine. I am going to do what she says.
Okay.
But I am also going to activate slow time.
Noted. You get hungrier.
Yes, I do.
And as you rush off, you just want to go kind of like close by, behind a tree, anywhere you can kind of...
Yeah, somewhere
situate.
dark.
Okay.
I help you?
Tess, it's lovely to see you again. As Clay walks into view.
How did you get here?
Came with Lamia. She asked me to look after her.
Huh.
Obviously, whoopsie, dropped the ball on that one. Good job, by the way. Was that your idea or Cassius's?
What do you want, Clay?
Come here to congratulate you both. Cassius!
Hello.
Right, mate?
I am.
How you doing?
I'm directing slow time in his direction just a little bit. Just keep a distance.
So would you like to do it subtly so hopefully he doesn't notice, or are you like affecting
Yes.
enough that he would notice?
I would like to do it subtly.
Okay, in that case, let's have a roll, because this is completely off book, basically. Let's go for Temporis and
Resolve?
I would say manipulation. Oh, you know what? Composure makes more sense. Because basically what
okay.
you're doing is you're like reaching it out and you're getting ready to like basically turn the dial up on it. So it's more like keeping it at that level, you know.
Sure, let's see how this works out.
Okay.
3.
Okay. Yeah. He doesn't show any sign of like realizing what's happening.
Great.
Congratulations are in order, I believe, mate.
Yeah. Well, it's step 1. You feeling better now that you're in less danger?
I can honestly say I've never felt better in my life, because things have finally come to an end.
Have they, though?
Sure.
I promise to give you the benefit of the doubt, Clay.
And I was right, wasn't I?
Why the fuck did you frame Marlowe for murder?
Because otherwise it'd be you. Or Cassius.
Okay.
And heat on
Great.
either of you two would have been the worst thing that could have happened. And at least I could control it this way, so that all you need to do is go get that poor boy and sort everything out one way or another. And you're all
Why don't
free
you
and
go
clear.
get him?
I've got something to do.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Hang
Like,
on.
manipulate other people into killing your new wives?
No, I'm done.
Oh.
You're leaving, right?
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Please.
Leaving where? Where is he going?
Weirgate. You're leaving Weirgate, right?
Sure.
Wits insight.
Go for it.
Well, this is a really bad roll for me. 2.
He is telling the truth that he's leaving Weirgate, but he's not being specific. What he is implying there is something bigger.
Implying something bigger.
Time
And
to
you're
go,
not going
Cass.
anywhere. Hmm?
Time to go.
You're not going with him.
No.
You are. You'll
He's
stay
not.
here. Oh. So, first things first. We've got to rip her head off. Pointed at Lamia, obviously not Tess.
What do you want?
I want to finish this.
Finish? Fine. Okay, whatever. You know what? Can you give us a few more steps as to the final conclusion of this?
You figured it out yet, Cass?
Did she kill Winnie?
No.
Did you kill Winnie?
You want me to take my shirt off?
Why would I take... Why? What?
He's like just staring at Cass. You'll do this here, somewhere else.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Alright.
I know what your job was.
Yeah.
But you're a decent guy.
What is going on here?
He's gonna
It's time
try
to
and-
go, princess.
What? Cass, what is going on here?
Is he going? You going to try and take me to the brouhaha?
It's been 10 years, mate, and you're still not smarter. I'm done, mate. I've fulfilled my job. I've fulfilled my promise to Winona. Now it's time for you
Yes,
to
and
get
you can-
stronger. And time for me to go.
You need to leave
You-
Weirgate and live your life.
You need to drink me and finish me off. And get stronger. And I need to go.
Fuck.
And I'd prefer it without the audience, no offense, love.
What the fuck?
Plus,
I-
ain't no way you're drinking a bitch like that. That won't even help you get stronger.
She's
What the fuck? Okay, I
No.
am going to... Can I am after hearing him say I'm fulfilling my promise to Winnie, an idea starts forming in Tess's head.
Mhm.
And she is going to try in just a second. She's gonna look over at Clay and be like, well, since nobody wants to tell me what's going on, I'll just have to ask him myself. Or at least try. And I'm going to try and open the veil and call out to Winnie.
All right. It's been a while since we've been down this path. Resolve Sire, please.
No, sorry, that's a rouse check, but
You do need to rouse check.
all right, well, there's the rouse check.
That's the rouse check.
That is a 4.
You can feel the veil. It's always right next to you. You can feel people pushing against it. People trying to get to you, to Cass, to play. Just people who are trying to get through. You try and feel out that presence that's just so Winnie. Casual, a little bit cold, but also calm, serious. It's a strange mix, and there's no one pushing against it.
Now is not the time, Winnie. Now is not the time. And I stop out of frustration, or I don't know if I can pull harder through the veil, but I am frantically searching.
You rolled pretty well, but you haven't yet explored that enough to really cool. If you had Saturday with you, maybe, because
Yeah.
Saturday is more of a manipulator and he's more of a forceful. You're more of a as I said before, like ambassador. So it's
Yeah.
not like your way isn't forceful. It's more gentle.
I'm gonna look over at Cass and be like, take me to Gravestone. If neither of you are gonna tell me what the fuck is going on and what Winnie wanted, then I will pull him here myself.
We're old friends, I guess.
Old friends.
Okay.
You need a moment? I can take a seat.
You don't fucking go anywhere.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna sit here. Don't worry.
Clay, come with us. You want to see Gravestone? You can see Gravestone, Tess.
I'll pass on that, mate.
If you really are going to die, I would prefer it where someone can mark death.
I'll go if you promise you'll do it.
I look at Tess.
She doesn't look at him. It's not her choice. You'll do what you want. You always have.
Clay, do you want to see Winnie one last time?
I'll see him soon enough.
You fucking asshole.
I promise, Clay. Let's go.
Follows along.
And I tell them the story. The wolf who walks through the forest and marks death.
Okay. And you end up at the marker, the gravestone. Mist all around. Looks exactly the same as last time you were here.
Gravestone.
Yeah, you hear the paw pads, soft growl, and then
Unless you want to inhabit this, I mean, you're welcome to.
As he walks out, he looks like Cassius.
Oh, great. Another one.
Hello.
Hello.
Gravestone. Meet the biggest fucking asshole on this side of, Undeath.
Hey. Right.
Can you reach out to Winnie?
You know, that's not really how it works, Tess.
I know it's not how it works. I just...
Do we want a hole? I could punch a
No.
hole.
Yeah, if I wanted to destroy this entire continent, I would, but...
It's like a small part of England, maybe.
Cool.
So
This asshole wants to die,
okay.
and this asshole apparently needs to kill him.
What do you need me for? Seems pretty simple.
Figured since you had a pretty good connection to dead areas and you mark death, we may as well come here, let it happen.
Oh,
Supervise, you know, in case there's anything that you can do to connect him to, you know, Winnie, or make it really easy for me to talk to him once he's dead.
okay. Sorry. Yeah, and he just like kind of sits up on the marker on the gravestone and kind of puts his hands in his lap. Don't mind me.
Go ahead, Cass. Have at her. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll look away.
Did you bring Lamia with you?
Yeah, I just put her on the floor in the leaves.
That one apparently is going to be dead pretty soon, too, so. Would love it if I could talk to her as well.
Tess, I don't want to do this if you're going to be angry at me. I want...
No. Me? Angry? Cass, I just have no freaking idea who you are anymore, clearly.
You think I do? I've been
think you
so
have a
many
better
different
idea.
people. I get confused myself sometimes. It's difficult. I recently was allowed to remember what it was Winnie and I were doing together before.
We were doing?
Oh. I'm sorry, am I not allowed to know this now?
No, he just didn't include me in that.
You've not been here. Sorry. All three of us, we fought against the Inquisition, and we saw a lot of bloodshed.
You killed someone.
I killed a lot of people, Tess.
We all did.
Okay.
I respect your desire not to kill anyone, but it's a little late for me. I don't think my decisions will adversely affect anyone in our coterie, but I still care about all of you.
You have a weird way of showing it sometimes.
What would you rather I do?
Rather, you told the truth from the start.
I didn't know the truth from the start. I told you the truth.
I'm
I
sorry, is
had.
something funny?
He's always been an asshole.
Yeah, well,
That's the truth.
that's why you liked me. But I always told the truth.
Good
Which
sense of
is
humor, that one.
More than I can say for all of us here. At present, whatever you are, no offense, mate, excluded.
Some fucking respect. So what? You and Winnie and Clay just went around killing people? And then
Protecting the
you
Masquerade.
conveniently forgot all about that?
You didn't tell her.
It was... Huh?
You didn't tell her.
We've been busy.
Right.
It was...
He disappeared for, I don't know, a couple days. Thought he was dead. No word. He said he was going to show up later. Said something about being really, really keen on killing Lamia. Made some pretty convincing arguments, which I went along with.
Thank you.
And now we're here with a staked woman with a ripped off arm.
That's gross.
Well, maybe it is better if this one's fucking dead.
What, her or me?
You.
I couldn't tell you because I didn't know. It was a spell, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That
Sounds
chicken
a
nugget
bit.
wizard
Sounds a
man.
bit Harry Potter, mate.
Chicken nugget wizard man did it to me. Okay.
Chicken nugget
Shut
wizard
up,
man
Clay.
can't even make good chicken nuggets. You're telling me he wiped your entire memory for how many years of whatever shit you went through?
It
What
was
was
a
it,
while.
like 3, 4?
4 years.
He wiped 4 years of your memory.
He changed 4 years of my memory. I
To
spent
what? To you living in the woods or something?
well, basically non-existent. I thought that I was in America, then I was here. Turns out, in
I mean,
between
you were
going-
in America, to be fair.
I was. I thought I was. I thought I was hanging out with Gangrel. It was Winnie's family. It's my family.
The 2 kids that showed up.
Yeah. I don't want to lie to you. There's just a lot that's happened. So if I miss anything, I can go over it later. But I have a duty to repay to the people who looked after me.
And the duty is to kill him, kill her, and then leave Weirgate?
Nah, he can stay here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kill you, kill her, and then decide some kid's fate by turning them.
Sounds good to me. Let's do it.
I'm sure it does. Really? Is this what you want?
It's not really about what I want.
You
It's about what
always
I
say
can give
that.
to others.
He's lying a little bit.
Then why don't you go ahead and tell me the truth, seeing as you wanted to so much and just didn't have the time?
What, me or him?
Him. Seeing
Oh.
as you clearly know him better than anyone else.
Well,
What do you want to know?
Everything.
at the
How-
beginning
how
of
am I-
time, the Earth
Shut the-
and the
Oh,
universe was born.
Can you possess him
Git.
so that he shuts up? I look over at Gravestone. Probably not, right? Would that
No.
kill him? No?
I could maybe shut him up and kill him, but
Not right. Not helpful.
It's fine.
how about Plan B? Go with that.
We'll call it a plan B. I can't kill him yet. I still have enough questions for him. Actually, he has something to answer for.
You talking me this time, or?
Yeah, you, Clay.
All right, ask me whatever you want. I'm gonna be more honest than Cassius is.
I am
No offense,
perfectly
mate.
candid here.
You.
Look, you with your sly smile, you think you can smarm your way through everything.
I don't
Oh my
smart
God,
my
you
way through
fucking
anything,
love it,
mate.
though.
You know
You
I've got
love
some
it,
charm
though.
in me.
Pure smarmite.
What do you want to know?
Fine, since my answer's probably shorter, or the question's shorter than whatever I have to get from Cass. Clay, you told me that you'd give me a hint as to what was in my file.
Right.
When you saw me next.
Right.
I held my tongue on everything to make sure that the rest of the coterie didn't go after your ass.
Well, also, you wanted to trust me.
You know, you can think that.
Come on, you like me a little bit.
Not even a little.
Alright? What do you want to know? What was in the file? Where it came from?
Who took it?
Lamia took it. That's how she knows about you. About your parentage, your lineage, and that you were turned before you had a chance to turn, as it were. Weird to talk about, but you know what I mean. What else?
Where is the file?
Burned. Lamia didn't want anyone else knowing.
Is she the only one who had a look at it?
Yeah, I know what's in it. I saw it being written.
By whom?
Winnie.
No.
Yep.
Try again. By whom?
Well, no. He wasn't writing about you.
What do you mean? There's others like me?
Cassius, do you wanna do this one? Because she's probably gonna believe it if it comes from you.
I would gladly have just remembered.
Would you like me to refresh your memory?
Yes, please.
After London and that whole shit show and him basically being like almost for Winnie high-key devastated by what it did to you, he posited a theory that there would be a possibility of turning young unturned werewolves who haven't like hit their prime and their first change into some form of hybrid that would make them controllable and strong, and then releasing them in, and if it failed and they went like the traditional abomination, they could still release them into London because the Kindred had pulled out of London, and then it would cause chaos and mass casualties against the enemies. He never put it forth, it was stolen from him, but it was like a philosophical exercise he did to like see ways to do things, and then yeah, it was stolen. So if you'd like, you can recount that or hold back what you like, but you know Clay's gonna call you on that shit.
Yeah, Cass isn't going to hold anything back. He's going to tell her exactly what it is, even though he knows it's going to hurt her.
Yep.
Winnie wasn't perfect.
So I was just an experiment to him?
To Winona, no. He didn't even know about you at the time. Although, probably the reason he picked you up is because he felt guilty about it.
But Michael turned me. Did Michael know?
Probably.
No, I looked into it. Someone put you in Michael's path because they knew he'd find an interest and turn you.
Who put me in Michael's path?
Never found out.
But Winnie knew.
When he came up with the idea,
He figured it out.
we all were getting a bit desperate in London.
So I was supposed to be a weapon?
What do you think she wanted you for?
A weapon for war, though?
A weapon
In a different city.
Well, I'm pretty sure Lamia had intentions of using you here, but sure.
How could he do that to me?
I mean, he didn't.
But he took me in.
He did.
He took you in for the same reason he took everyone in.
Guilt.
Because they needed a home.
Come on, Cass.
But I would just be a weapon then to him. He wrote the book on testing what I am. And then he took me in because he felt bad? What was he gonna do after? Train me so that I could go to war?
kind of getting the wrong end of the stick here.
What am I supposed to take from this?
Winnie wouldn't do that to you.
How do you know?
Because we know Winnie.
I spend a lot of time with him.
I spent more.
It's not a game.
It's a contest.
Tess is just gonna like not sit beside Gravestone because he looks like Cass right now, and she really doesn't like Cass. But she's gonna go sit kind of like away, I guess.
Yeah, there's not much space, but you can get like to the edge of the mist and then hop down there.
Do what you want.
Score. Here we go. What? You need a moment to talk to her?
Tess. I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure no one uses you as a weapon. Or anyone else in our coterie. That's why I made sure we got rid of Lamia. I will tell you everything. I want to do my duty, though.
Do what you want.
Point of order. Can we kill her first before I go? I just want to make sure the job's completely done.
Did she kill Winnie?
No. I told you where you can go for that. The trail I followed ended in Sunnytown. Go find Dreg.
We can go find Dreg, Tess. I'll make it up
Did
to
she
you.
have nothing to... I just need to know if she had nothing to do with it.
As far as I know, she only took advantage of the opportunity. If you want to find out more, keep looking.
Do what you want.
Cassius.
I'm gonna catch it for this down the line, you know?
Not my problem, mate. I've endured 6 years of London while you've been able to forget it, so...
Yeah.
It's your
Like I
turn
said,
to take
not a
the weight, mate.
contest.
If it was, I'd win.
You have a bad habit of that. Winnie? Your debt to him is complete. Gravestone. Do your job, I guess. Mark death.
Okay.
Kill her first.
Yeah? Alright.
Cass stoops down and tears her head off.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to get rid of the body? That's
Sure.
Gravestone. Just
Yes, please.
just kind of crouches down, puts a hand out, and it just dust, slight blue flame, and just like drifts up into the air and like swirls around and then dissipates completely. I assume she didn't merit a gravestone.
She won't be missed.
Good.
How do you want to do this, Clay?
Just get to it, mate. I've waited long enough. I'm ready to go.
He, Cass moves forward and gives Clay a big hug. And then
immediately like,
yeah, he the holds tight, gives him a big bear hug, and then I think the hunger starts to take control a little, and Cass plunges his fangs into his neck.
and like you feel Clay's like hand on the back of your head, and he whispers something in your ear, which I can message to you or just say, depending on whether you want to hold it with you or.
Say it.
Sorry, mate. You're gonna have to carry my weight too.
He ain't heavy.
Let's end there. Fucking hell.
Oh shit.
Incidentally, the name of this song is Fire and Then Nothing.
Well,
Now that we've ended the for today, I'll turn it down slightly. Holy shit.
Oops.
Oops. Whoops.
Lamia's dead and gone.
Clay is dead and gone.
Well, dead but not gone.
Oops, I alienated the coterie.
I'm glad I wasn't there for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad me and Chrys weren't there for that.
Me too. Because I don't want my head ripped off.
Woo! Fuck!
Only rip off arms, okay?
I'm sorry, guys.
But that can happen twice. That's
Jo-
twice as many times as my head.
Josh had a hard weekend. I wanted to make it easier for
Holy moly.
I have cheesecake sitting in the fridge, and I'm gonna cut myself an extra big slice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Clay's dead. Well, effectively. Like.
But is Cass dead as well? That's the question.
Only because he's a vampire.
Yeah, I was gonna say technically yes, but
as far as I
So,
know.
we'll save Josh for last because again, I think he has the probably most thoughts on this one. Let's start. Sorry, we didn't get to yours, Hydra. I wanted to
it's
leave
fine.
it on the
It's
thing.
cool.
We can do it next episode.
It's only a tiny... Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
So let's start off with Hydra and also Marlowe. How you doing? How'd you find the episode?
Yeah, that was cool.
Really
cool.
nice
Got,
scene with Chrys.
yeah, I liked both the accidental, like, yeah, we're going to rugby tackle her, take her to the ground. Oh, we've ripped her arm off and now we're eating her. That feels very VTM, sort of. I had visions of rugby tackle, arms behind the back, you're under arrest, steak. It was far less neat and tidy than that. And
Well, in the most coterie way possible, you guys strong-armed it into a really easy but massively messy scenario.
yes.
Like, which keeps happening. You guys are like really worried about how it's gonna go, and it just goes boom.
Yeah, I like the fact that we basically just tore her to pieces, quite literally. And then had an appropriate conversation afterwards to reflect. Meanwhile, someone else in the coterie is eating only one person, not two.
Yep.
So that, I guess, it could have been worse. So that's nice. Yeah, it was fun. It was cool.
Chrys and Ash, the birthday girl. I made you cry. I'm sorry.
It was good. Good little cry. Yeah, Chrys is really gonna struggle, even with like her part in the damage. And
Yeah.
if she finds out that they killed her,
Well, Yeah. Oh yeah, because Cassius actually did.
We're gonna have some trouble.
Yeah.
Who wanted coterie infighting? Because next episode. Yeah. So that's good, sort of terrible.
Yeah.
And yes, she's gonna have a nice little wrestle with her part in it. And now she's off to meet Aiden, and that couldn't possibly be for any bad reason at all.
No.
Because he didn't say please or anything, which is like, oh god.
Sidebar on that, we're having a snack shot this Wednesday with Chrys and a special guest.
And we haven't recorded it yet, so I actually don't know what's gonna happen. So
Yeah. We'll find out.
oh, coming out Wednesday. Yeah, I don't. There's a lot this episode. Yeah. The end. Thanks.
Okay. Tess and also Vandy. Unfortunately, it was quite a heavy episode. Unfortunately, the Clay was there really because she might have got away without knowing everything. Otherwise.
God damn it. You know, I was so close to not hitting a landmine. So close. Or I'm going to tell myself that. But
Did you know about the Winnie of it all as a player? I can't remember.
yeah,
if that
okay,
was,
so as a player, because I think we briefly talked about this,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, tell me or whatever. And so as a player, I think I knew most, if not all of that.
Okay.
But Tess did not know.
Tess did not know.
Tess had no idea. And on top of it, she didn't trust Clay, didn't trust Lamia at the end of it, and then now has very conflicting feelings about Winnie, who she was trying to avenge from Lamia, and now she's just sitting there, she's like, she doesn't know what to fight for anymore. And that is, if you saw the snack shot, how, that was a turning point. This might be pushing her in a direction
This is probably more dangerous than the early stuff because that was that was a completely different style of push.
Yeah. The early stuff in this entire campaign was very much like, oh, poor Tess. Oh my gosh, she's the victim of a lot of this stuff. Now it's like, okay, Tess put her faith in really heavily in a couple people and she did it wrong. And now she's I
wouldn't say wrong. I'd say from Tess's perspective, there's definitely alleyways of betrayal, but it really depends on her perspective and how she takes these things, because you could definitely go down the road of Winnie has betrayed me and set me up, and there's too many unknowns. And knowing Tess's personality, she's probably gonna go for the negative bad stuff of
Well, in her head, so during that entire scene, in her head, it's okay, Winnie knew about what she was, didn't tell her when she was having her issues, and then also helped write the book on trying to figure out what she was.
Oh, he didn't help write the book.
He did write the book. So in her head, basically she's thinking, if Winnie hadn't done that, Tess wouldn't have had all this shitty stuff happen to her, because somebody got a hold of it and then started trying to weaponize her, blah blah blah. And then now she's like, okay, well, if Cass is a soldier, does that mean he wants to use her the same way, and follow in his footsteps? And it's a whole bunch of questions that now she's just okay, I am a weapon of mass destruction. Pretty much.
And ass destruction, because Tess is an ass kicker.
Exactly. Apparently, yeah. So,
But,
yep.
Yeah,
Fun
it's gonna be messy for Tess again. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I had a very good break of not having to deal with a lot of landmines for a little bit.
And
for a few episodes,
you have some emotional support at this point for Tess, so there's a place you can go. Incidentally, like, if the coterie breaks apart and everyone ends up on their own places, and we'll deal with it and we'll make it work. Like, it's a viable thing. As I said, like, Chrys could have very easily ended up with the wilds.
Yeah.
They are kind of her people. Except for the arguing, which she gets enough of already, but is worse over in the wilds. But, you know, like for myself personally, you have the Horn of Sununos. Like, there's an avenue there that turns the entire campaign into an apocalypse for the city. So there are a lot of ways this can go, and it's not like if you want to just take over the city and do the thing, like, that's viable. But any way you want to take this, it's a sandbox. You can go wherever you want. So
we can have apocalypse fights where I rip a hole in the veil, we use the horn, and then we like have a whole big old fight.
That's another apocalypse scenario where you can get a gravestone to rip a hole in the veil, and it will.
Oh, and he's like so eager. He's like, "Yay! Like, you want me to do it? You want me to do it?" I'm like, "No, not yet. Hold on, hold the phone."
Yeah, the problem there is like it doesn't affect him, you know. It's not something he wants to do. It's something he's perfectly fine doing, which is possibly more dangerous.
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna have to see where this all goes. But finally, Cass and Josh. I'm very curious when Josh cottoned on as to what Clay was, because it seemed I believed you at least that you hadn't considered the possibility till near the end when Clay like spelled it out.
So I've had an inkling for a while now.
Yeah, okay.
That he and Winnie maybe is what I was initially thinking, planned something out for him. But in that moment it didn't come into my brain. Like I was expecting either a double cross or him to be like, there's one more thing. And I hate you, Sheepy, for making me hate Clay and then love Clay.
Yeah.
And now have to kill Clay.
It's like Cassius's goal, but not exactly how he'd want to do the goal, but also
which is everything Cass does.
It turned from I want to do this, I'm gonna work really hard, and I'm gonna push there and get there. And then Clay's like, I'm better, and I want this. And then you're like, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I feel bad that Clay's dead. I feel good that Lamia's dead.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, Lamia.
I feel so fucking bad that I ruined Tess's day even further.
That was mostly Clay's fault, just because he doesn't lie, and he was calling you on shit.
I know, but like, Cass is gonna have to do some work to like actually keep the people he cares about around.
Yeah.
Which is gonna suck. And honestly, it's been a really hard RP.
I know, dude. I'm sorry. Like, it's how it laid in.
No, it lined up interestingly.
Yeah. I can tell you two things. Like, obviously, you don't have to roll to like fight the thing. You also,
I was going to ask later how we do Diablerie.
The fairly standard rules, except for in this instance, you don't have to roll to like maintain yourself, which is kind of the big one, isn't it?
Yeah. Well.
So you're not gonna have Cassius wandering around and like Clay wandering around in a Cassius body, at least.
Yeah, that would be awful. Well, it does solve my problem
Yeah.
of being at full hunger.
But it's very-
There's like some really, really
Wow.
Yeah.
small mechanical
Wow.
problems that this really fixes.
Yeah, you
So,
couldn't go down to 0, right?
Wow.
if you say so.
Yeah. yeah.
I would like to.
Yeah, go down to 0.
Cool.
0.
I think you're on 3 hunger.
It's a whole
I was on
person's
4.
worth of blood, right?
Oh, okay.
That's a lot of blood.
It's an entire clay's worth of blood.
Now, the one thing no one's thought about is how powerful Clay was.
I
want to know.
was curious about it, but I wasn't going to ask.
He's one of the more powerful kindred in the city.
Yeah. Thought he might be.
Well, we
Have
get
fun.
to
Now
do
Cass
that.
is one of the more powerful ones in the city.
Will he be though?
Maybe.
I don't know.
How much stronger do you get for Diablerizing?
It
somebody?
depends on
It
exactly how you do it,
yeah.
but
Oh.
so the rules are that after a bunch of rules to actually drain someone, you have to drop a humanity and then roll your dice pool against theirs and see who gets more.
Cool.
Oh, you
Great.
don't.
And you
don't-
get you actually get XP towards spending on stuff that they had to like be more powerful
However,
vampiric stuff.
you won't drop a humanity. You will take a stain.
Oh,
It
should
is-
I do a remorse roll?
Actually,
Or shall I drop
you're
it?
on 7 humanity, right?
I'm on 6 humanity.
Oh, then yeah, just take 1 stain. And
Shall
you
I do a
can-
remorse roll now?
Yeah. Let's do the remorse roll now.
Oh, watch.
I have 3 for this.
Yeah.
He feels really fucking bad about.
I mean,
having
that
to
came
kill
across in
Clay.
the RP kind of, so but at the same time, the reason you don't just straight up lose a humanity is because A, you understand what Clay's doing and why. You probably understand better than pretty much anyone who's still alive, aside from maybe Celine and Cabo. And it was what he wanted. You know, like, as he said, like, he's been literally suffering through London for 6 years, waiting for you so that he can fulfill his promise to Winnie. And he's been wanting to die this entire time.
Christ.
So fucked up.
Which is why the entire time through this campaign, everyone's been like, "Yay, Clay! No, Clay! Boo, Clay! Yay, Clay!" I'm like, when we get to the end of this like plot hook, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh."
Poor Clay.
It doesn't change the fact that he's an asshole, you know.
Oh no.
But
Yeah.
it does adjust the vision of Clay basically.
I need a fucking nap.
That is
Yeah.
fair. That is fair. And thank you for sitting in and talking a little bit about this at the end, because I think we're all a little bit drained after that episode.
I
Oh,
actually am
certainly
just
is.
gonna cut myself a big ass piece of cheesecake
So
and
jealous.
just veg out. Go, okay, this cheesecake that I have, it's like this big.
Oh, you
And
can
it's
hug it?
heavy. I could hug it if I wanted to. Like, it's huge, and it was on sale. Like, it was so big. The cashier was like, "This is a big cheesecake." I'm like, I know.
Nice.
So, to everyone on YouTube, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode as much as I did. That was fucking crazy. 2 main characters died. Well, 2 main NPCs died. Yeah. Fuck it. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.